Please be seated. I am eternally grateful to be here. I am eternally grateful to have been invited to be here. I appreciate Bishop Marshall and Lady Marshall for having me here. And of course, Ms. Tracy Maxwell Hurd. She is my mentor. She has been there for me. She is, besides God, she is one of the people that have me here today. Your bishop said I was at home today. He said I'm at home. And so he said I can be who I am. Right. And I want to be who I am today. And I want to let you know that it took me a long time to come back to the church. Yes. I want you to know that I left the church a long time ago. And I didn't start coming back to the church again until I started campaigning to be Columbus School Board member. That's when I came back, when I started visiting churches, and I said to myself, it certainly feels like family every time I walk in the door. Church members hug you, they smile, they give you so much love. And I'm like, I'm missing something. I am truly missing something. So I'm campaigning, and then I meet Miss Tracy Maxwell Hurd, and she has a church home. And she talks about her church home. And her husband talked about church home. And he told me, you need to get a church home. Amen. So I got a church home. And my church is Mount Hermon with Bishop Dr. Washington and Lady Washington. And I appreciate having that home. Amen. Because it has been a journey for me. It truly has been. I lead and advocate for children. I believe children are our future. I am motivated all the time by children. Because to me, the love they give, we can do nothing but pay that love forward for the type of love, because it is so innocent. Amen. And so pure. Amen. And so true. So one of the things that I put on my son's graduation card when he graduated was this quote, and that's what I wanted to begin with. The quote is, I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. That's right. That's right. And because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do the something I can do. That's right. There are children in our history that did a lot. That's right. So I want to start off with one of them, and that's Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges is a 6-year-old who became the first black girl to integrate the all-white William France Elementary School in Louisiana. She's one of many children who embody the spirit of Edward Hale's words during the Civil Rights era. After reading her book, appropriately called Through My Eyes, I was amazed at this little girl's strength and inspired by her conviction. In her book, Miss Bridges describes her 6-year-old self as not quite understanding what was going on when she walked up those steps surrounded by National Guards amidst loud sounds of jeers and venomous contempt. But she did remember that her mother told her to be brave and pray. Yes. Ruby Bridges was one of hundreds of children challenging America's system of segregation. Listen. It is no secret during one of the most intense times in the 1960s, the Civil Rights Movement drew hundreds, if not thousands, of children, teenagers, and young adults to the front line of social justice. And their individual and collective voices came with a price. When the adults had been warned not to protest in Birmingham, or they would lose their jobs, instead, their children, ages 12 to 18, came together and packed the streets. These children were attacked by dogs, beaten with batons, and sprayed with powerful water hoses. But their bravery helped pass the Civil Rights Act the following year and forever transformed the United States. In the spirit of women's history, let us be mindful to uplift our children when we speak of them. Let us practice giving homage to our children's selfless acts throughout history, and their selfless acts continuing to be demonstrated today, like that of 5-year-old Sophie Cruz, who wrote an emotional letter to the Pope asking that her parents and other immigrants not be deported. And the act of our own Columbus-born Mackenzie Phillips, who organized a bottled water drive for victims of the Flint, Michigan water crisis. These are children, but both children were determined to do something. As women striving for social justice, our efforts are often directed toward the most vulnerable in society, the nation's children. Perhaps it is because when Jesus' disciples wanted to reject the children, he was indignant and said to them, "Let the children come to me. Do not hinder them, for to such belongs the kingdom of God." God's children were not born into this world to be despised, diminished, or destroyed, but to be a blessing. Whether we agree or disagree with our children's modes of communications, their unique style, or unwavering convictions to effect change, our future lies in the hands of our children. We must not hinder them in their journey into adulthood. Their lives can be enriched with simple acts of kindness from us. We owe it to the history of all Ruby Bridges to be one with our children as our parents were with us, so that our children may achieve through our commitment a more just world for their generation and generations of children to come. I'm not worried. It's going to be fine because these are God's children and we are God's people. We will rise. We will continue to rise. They will be there. This will not be forever, and we are blessed to have our children every day, and we please let us always